Hey everyone, I am here today with a weekly card reading for this week starting tomorrow, December 21st, which is Yule, until Sunday, which is the 27th, I think. Yes. This is kind of, a big festive week for most people. It is Yule on Monday and then Christmas on Friday, also a full moon on Friday, so it's going to be a Christmas that might be, very emotional, but also might be very nurturing and calm. It kind of depends, how this is affecting you, for this holiday season. So if you're interested in knowing more details, I'm going to post a blog tomorrow with sort of the horoscope astrological forecast for Friday. So you can check out the links below from my blog for that. So have our weekly reading. I am using the Angel Tarot cards, which is kind of my December tarot deck. I think for the festive season, this is perfectly appropriate. And also I think we could use kind of an angel hug for, this week, which can be, very, very hectic for a lot of people. So we'll start as always with Aries. For Aries, I have the Two of Earth or Two of Pentacles. So this week for Aries is going to be a busy one. You're going to be juggling a lot of different activities, going to be on the go, kind of keeping things up in the air. Also though, if you're worried financially at all, you may have a little bit of a windfall this week to kind of keep you going financially, so don't worry too much about that. But it is going to be a busy week, but you can handle it this week, Aries. For Taurus, we have the Six of Water. There it is there with a beautiful mermaid. So this week, Taurus is going to be a time for memories. You're going to be reliving, childhood memories, a lot of nostalgia, maybe watching some shows that, you watched as a child, maybe getting some, toys for your kids or for kids around you that you grew up with. Is going to be a lot of pleasant memories of childhood, a lot very emotional, but in a good way for you, Taurus. So really enjoy the season, enjoy being around children, and kind of, enjoy activating your inner child this week. For Gemini, we have the Queen of Water, which says tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. So there's the Queen of Water there. So for Gemini, this is also going to be a very emotional week for you as well. You're going to be feeling very nurturing towards others. You might be the one that's hosting things, people coming to your house. You're going to be a little bit more wanting to be at home this particular Christmas and be around your family and those that are really close to you. I see you being very homey this week. For Cancer, we have the Four of Water. Cancer, this might be a little bit more of a challenging Christmas for you. The full moon is in the sign of Cancer on Friday, and it might be a time where you're feeling a little bit dissatisfied. So unlike Taurus, which is feeling very nostalgic about things, you might be looking back and thinking about the things that you were dissatisfied about, or maybe not feeling things are as perfect as you would like them to. And we need to kind of let that go. Things aren't always picture perfect, and that's okay. So it's a time to kind of look at what's not working for you and what is, but not thinking that everything needs to be thrown out either. So just be aware that you might be feeling a little bit down. For Leo, we have the Eight of Fire. There's the Eight of Fire there. Leo, it's going to be a busy Christmas. Lots of communication, lots of back and forth, lots of traveling, lots of talking. Make sure that you don't get overwhelmed. You are going to receive probably some pretty interesting or very positive information this Christmas, which is great for this week. But it is going to be a busy week, so make sure you're taking care of yourself. For Virgo, we have the Lovers. There we go. So Virgo, this is definitely a week where, romance is in the air, especially if you are partnered already. But it's also a week where you're going to have to make decisions with your partner if you have one. So, if you're thinking about, where you want to spend the holidays, make sure that you are, letting yourself be heard, but also hearing the other person. Because sometimes I know that can cause squabbles when we disagree about where to go for Christmas. Some people do have those conflicts. So make sure you're listening to each other and making decisions together this Christmas. But it is actually a very good Christmas week for romance. Now for Libra, we have Renewal, also known as Judgment, with Archangel Jeremiel. Okay. So this week you may feel called to do certain things. You may have that sense that, this Christmas, this week, I need to do this. I need to go get this. Like, really trust your judgment, your intuition. You know what's right. Really go with your gut. So that's Libra. Now for Scorpio, we have the Emperor, Archangel Michael. So Scorpio, get yourself organized. You know what you need to do. Tie up the loose ends, get organized, get your ducks in a row. If you have to organize other people, get them on board, but you know what you're doing, and so you're on top of things this week. Sagittarius, we have the Dreamer, also known as the Fool, Archangel Metatron. So Sagittarius, if you're thinking of doing something different this week in this holiday season, go for it. Take a risk, take a job. If you are looking to change something in your life, you're looking to change things for the new year, this is definitely a sign that this is a time to go for it and you need to do it. So go with the flow and go with your gut. For Capricorn, we have the Wheel, which is Archangel Michael as well. There we go. So for Capricorn, this is going to be very much a week of where something fated is going to happen. The Wheel means that everything is moving the way it should. So even if it feels like things are a disaster or falling apart, it means that these things are meant to happen. They're happening for a reason. They're happening to push you forward or for you to change things. On the other hand, you might get an unbelievable stroke of luck. It may not just be negative things. Things could be moving really positively, but again, it's all working for a reason. It's sort of like the hand of fate is at work with your life. So this is going to be a very important week with some very important changes, but just go with what's going on because it's happening for a reason which you may only see later. Aquarius, we have the Ace of Air, otherwise known as the Ace of Swords. So Aquarius, stick to your guns this week. Stand up for what you believe and what you think is right. This may involve some challenges. It may involve that some people may not always listen to you, but you need to do what's right for you. And sometimes that means setting boundaries and saying no. And sometimes it means standing up and saying, this is what I want. So make sure that you're clear in your communication and telling people what you want and what your boundaries are and what you will and will not do. So very much a week of boundary setting for Aquarius. And then for Pisces, we have the Page of Air. There we go. So Pisces, this is going to be a week where you're going to be doing a lot of communication, a lot of talking. You might be doing a little bit of studying for some reason this week, but I do see a lot of activity around you. And there may be people around you who are trying to push your buttons, or you might hear gossip stuff. Let it go past you. Don't react to it. And kind of consider the source of who's talking about what. So it might be kind of an up and down week where you're hearing things that you're questioning, but question everything you're hearing. Consider the source, especially if you're hearing gossip or negative things. But it's a good week as well to question things and to question why you're doing things a certain way, why you're following tradition in a certain way. So it's going to be a week of, like I said, of questioning things, and also there might be a little bit of trouble, but just kind of let it go past. Don't react too much to it. So the card overall on the bottom for the week is the King of Water, which says trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. So this is a week where I think we all need to kind of step back emotionally, especially because emotions may be running high at this time of year, and also it's a full moon, and observe things and also listen to others. There may be others who may come to us with their issues because it is such an emotional time of year for a lot of people, and sometimes that's, people are going through losses, and this time of year can be really hard. And for other people, it's a time of a lot of joy, and they might be very, very excited about things. So we need to kind of step back and take a stock of our emotions and what we're picking up from other people, and also to assess, with others, where a relationship is at with others, setting boundaries with others, but also being open as well and nurturing and listening to others. So I think that is a pretty good card for the overall this week. So if anybody notices anything else, what I've noticed is there's a lot of water cards, a lot of emotional cards that have come up, and also a lot of major arcana, meaning that there's, it's an important time of year. There might be changes in the air for certain people at this time. So if anyone notices anything else, please put in the comments below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.